Okay, we're gonna fly up the Sierras. Let me get this out of the way. And it is recording, so then we hit that. So now we see we're taking off down here by Lake Isabella and Bakersfield. Now we're going to go north instead of south, which was our last flight. We went down into Mojave Desert and landed at a little airport next to one of my favorite racetracks, Willow Springs. I thought about going over to Las Vegas, but we've done that. And actually, it's not too interesting going across there. I mean, some people might find it interesting. But anyway, flying up the Sierras, we're going to fly right over Yosemite. Here, we clicked it to fly instruments, so we'll have to probably get up to about 10 or 15,000 feet, but right in here is about where Lone Pine is, and so adjacent to there is Mount Whitney. Mount Whitney is supposed to be 14,000 feet, so we'll be able to look over to the right to see that. The only thing is getting this direct sometimes doesn't connect you up, so we're going to be heading initially, north would be 360 or 36, so we're maybe we're not a 45 degree angle. 45 would go across like this, so maybe half of 45, which let's say we're about 25 degrees off of north, 25, 30 degrees, so 330, 335, it will be our heading. Okay, let's go. Let's get out of here. And we're not flying in the 182, beautiful airplane. And I guess they cost like $800,000 now. God, I think back in the 70s, I think they were around 100. They might have been a little over 100. Okay, so we're going to have to miss this hill right here to start with. So we might have to jog a little bit to the left. Let's see. So we have a runway. It looks like it's taken off on the runway. It looks like the route of flight is there. So we'll go in here and click one over to turn on all our stuff, which we're going to navigate, and we look at our clearance, see what altitude they want us to go to. So 350. Let's see if we move this up here to copy. So 12,000 feet. Climb, maintain 12,000. So we'll get that in here. Where's the altitude? Right there. So we'll get that up to 12,000. Almost. There it is, 12,000 feet. And then we're going to climb at 1,500 feet a minute. So let's make it a little more. Let's go 1,800. I think it'll maintain 1,800 feet. That might not clear, so we might have to alter our course momentarily. So we'll see if we turn on the autopilot right when we break ground. And let's see what our heading is. 350. So yeah, we're going to jog to the left. So it might go through the saddle right there. Let's see how we do. Okay, we can move this back over where the pilot would be sitting. And before I forget, let's just click this off for our maximum power. But normally we would keep that on so if we ingested a bird, but there's no birds in my simulator, so we don't have to worry about a bird. In real flight, we'd leave that on because we take a bird, we might lose power. All right, distance, it says 92 nautical miles. Now that's to our first intersection. So that's not too We're going up to Minden, Nevada. That's up near where my son has a home up there, where he first started his civil engineer in Carson City when he first got out of school. Now he's down here on the Monterey Peninsula, has his own setup. Civil engineer, so proud of him. All right, so let's get going. Let's get back outside, and I have to tweak my little setup here. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, that works. And looking back, is the lake is right behind there. So again, we are heading 350, and what did I say? We're going to go about 330. Ends at the direction of flight's going to be 320. Heading up the Sierras. So let's get going. Take the brakes off. Full power. Here we go. Just getting some speed up here. All right. Gear up. Flaps up. Autopilot on. Let's look and see if we have our autopilot. Now we might head right into a hill here, so we'll turn the autopilot back off and we'll clear this hill before we go any further, before we turn it back on. And we got to bring the power back a little because we're over torquing or over whatever. There we go. 2,000 feet a minute on our climb. Everything looks good. I'll turn the here. So we turn the autopilot back on now. It should hold our heading. Let's see if we have our autopilot. Yeah, there's our autopilot on. There we go. There we go. Guessing this is the Kern River. Look out to the right. See our Sierras. Got it on both sides. I've never been in this little valley right here. This is interesting. And we'll look back at Lake Isabella and Kernville. That's a pretty shot right there. Look at the moon coming up. And I think I have my autopilot on. We'll look on here. Autopilot's on. And we're climbing out. And we won't worry about the talking to air traffic control. And let's go back on the tail. We're heading for 12,000 feet. We are climbing at 1,800 feet a minute, so we'll see if we clear this peak. We have to monitor that a little bit, but we'll just enjoy it. I was wondering if we'd see snow, and this supposedly is on the timeline of on real time. So possibly there's still snow. Where are we? At 10,000 or 7,000? We're not quite as high. I doubt that there's snow at 7,000 feet. And if there were, yeah, you see a little signs of snow here. But that's just simulators. They're not perfect, but it feels like flying to me. Without the vibration, without the noise. Of course, in a pressurized aircraft like this baby, you wouldn't have that much vibration or that much noise. So it looks like we're on course, staying on course. Let's see how that goes. We'll just have to play it by ear. We'll have to see if it holds on. recently, sometimes if you don't hit the departure, it doesn't have the connection to the first fix. So you turn on the autopilot, and it won't track. It won't track. 319 degrees looks good, and we're gonna have a little trouble. I think we're too far over. Let's look at our chart here, and that's going to be. I'll turn that out to get out to where we can see where we're going. So you see the Sierras are over here to our right. We're kind of here in the San Joaquin Valley. We're going closer to Fresno. So let's see where Lone Pine. So we'll be able to look at that. Ebbets Pass. See there. Here's Mammoth Mountain. This is Long Valley. Long Valley there. Here's Bishop. So this probably is Lone Pine, and right opposite Lone Pine is where the Mount Whitney is. So let's click this. No, that's not it. We'll have to look. Could be, but I think it would say Lone Pine. So we'll click that off and come back down here. And it would be, this is going to be Inyo Kern. Yeah, that's Inyo Kern. So it's just 067. Yeah. Lone Pine is over there, but it's not on the chart, and it's not showing up. So we're at 12,000. We leveled off, and everything's in the green over here on the power. Autopilot's on. All this is looking good. This is all green up here. That means everything's active if it's in the green. And then we can look. I may not have put my flaps up. Let's see what our speed is. 224. No, I don't think so. No, the flaps are up. So truing out, we'll look at what we're truing out. Our true out speed is 279 knots. So we're doing over 300 miles an hour. And if this is Lone Pine, then we'll look at the Sierras here. And this looks like it gets pretty high in here. So this could be, so this may be another name for Lone Pine at 067. So we'll do that again. Yeah. 067. That probably is Lone Pine. All right, get that off. And we go real close to Yosemite, which that's kind of fun. It's more interesting really on this side. Looking back down at Bakersfield is going to be back in there. Looks like a little haze going on. So we'll just enjoy ourselves here. Yep, got the flat. Yeah, actually when I broke ground, I put the flaps that up. I don't use checklists, which if you're flying a real airplane, you'd have to use a checklist for everything. It's not just fun and games. It can be deadly or silly accidents. Very expensive. So I'm saying that little bump right there, that's Mount Whitney over there. And let's see, just past Fresno, we're going to start being around and then we're going to see Mono Lake. So there's Mono Lake. So between here, between Fresno and look at there's Modesto. So this little airport we used to take off from somewhere right around in there when we wanted to fly up to see Yosemite. I've done that in the F-15, and I've done that in this machine too. Love this machine. Let's look on here how we're doing on here. So our next fix, we're 62 miles from our next fixed, which could be no hit, whatever no hit is. I wonder if that shows up, no hit. Let's see what that says. That's just for Fresno, I think, is what that is. And MAE is Mariposa, or this is Mariposa up here. This is Modesto. Maybe this is Merced. This is Merced right here. Castle Air Force Base. And then right next to Castle, there's Merced. And I think we clicked this. Madera. And right around in there is I said it. I can't remember what I said. Oh God. Don't get old. Yeah. I did about right after I had the bypass, so that was about 15 years ago. I did think about getting my medical never expired, but in order to get if it hadn't expired, if they'd actually taken it away from me, to get it back is something. But when you just renew a medical and you've had heart surgery, you need your cardiologist to fill out some paperwork. But I think my cardiologist, I could never get him to fill out the paperwork, which probably has kept me alive. And then this flight simulator came along, and this is better than flying a real airplane, because you don't have to go find parking at the airport, check the airplane out. I couldn't afford any of these airplanes. I'd have to rent. When you need your checkout, used to be you get a checkout in an airplane, and maybe once a year that they'd want to fly with you. They do every 2 years. They have a thing called a biannual, where they do give you a check ride and sign your logbook. But you'd have to do all that. I don't have to do that anymore. Don't have to pay insurance. Don't have to pay fuel. And a little trainer I flew in cost $5 an hour back in 1956. The instructor was $3 an hour. That was a chief electronics technician from the Guided Missile School in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Sorry. Need to get some water. Okay, I'm going to go get a little bottle of water, and this thing will fly itself. Let's go outside. Look over at, we should be right along in here is Mount Whitney. And then as we get up in here, we're going to see right there is Mono Lake, so it's going to be probably right back in here. We'll go right over Yosemite. And we aren't there yet. This is kind of pretty with the sunset, but we could we aren't going to be able to see Yosemite that well. So let's bring the sun up to directly overhead. That'll make the that'll give us a better resolution. And we'll put it right at about 12. There we go. So we can see a little better, and we'll be able to see Yosemite coming up, and we'll make this panorama look a little better. Let's see how the valley looks now. Yeah, not as much haze. Yeah, we can almost see over to the Bay Area. Would be right over there probably. And we'll just keep it right down in here. Okay, I was going to get some water so I don't cough anymore. Okay, we're back. This is riding in style for me. Yeah, I never you've heard me say it. Never got to ride in a turbine, a jet or a turboprop. I did fly the pressure Navajo. I did fly that. Didn't fly a lot of pressurized aircraft. I think the Navajo was the only pressurized airplane that I flew in. Mostly I was at, right up around 200 knots, 200 miles an hour. And then the airplane that I did a lot of cross country is one of my early students before he even had a private pilot's license. He owned a Comanche, brand new 1966 Comanche B with a 260 horse TSIO 540, probably. No, it wasn't turbocharged. IO 540. It was injected. So that would run along about 180. So enjoy the Sierras here. I don't know what I'm looking at right there, but we could look it up. But I'm just going to enjoy the flight and this lake. Don't know what the lake is. Let's see what the map says here. Yeah, here's a lake coming up. Little lake there. If I had my laptop lit up, we could look that up and see what that is. We'll say it's New Maloney's Reservoir. I don't know what. Comanche's along in here. New Maloney's is along in here. And then they had going across New Maloney's. They had a nice looking bridge going across. Now we're starting to get up to Gold Country, and we'll look again, see where we are, because I'll be able to pick a few things out. Now we'll go back out. So this would probably be Bishop. So yeah, we're past Mount Whitney. We'll just say that's Mount Whitney right over there. Could be a little south, but it's probably right about there. Yeah, it looks like a few high spots. So we'll try not to miss Yosemite. We'll look down at the lake. Yeah, I don't think that's New Maloney's. I think New Maloney's is the next one up. Again, I don't have I'm looking at my laptop, but it's charging up. So we'll let you figure out what it is. That's your choice. And this intersection, no hit. I don't know what that means. Let me see if this thing lights up here. Yeah. No, that's not saying. I don't think I'm up. I know I'm not too. There's another lake right up in here. Looking for. We start seeing some roads. So we got 88. 88's a beautiful road that goes up to 88 is going to be up in here. Ebbets Pass. It's going to be up close to that. Looks like it wants. There's kind of a holding pattern right there. So we're just past Fresno. Here I can see Fresno. So we're getting pretty close to Yosemite, because Mammoth Mountain, MMH. So yeah, we're getting close to that. We won't be able to see. So yeah, we're not quite there yet. So we're not quite to Yosemite. But Mammoth is right over in there. Don't know what this lake is. So let's see if we can spot Half Dome and El Capitan. Definitely above Fresno, so we'll look out and see if we see Fresno out here. So this Fresno's out in there. Yeah, I don't know this lake above Fresno. I've not flown over in this area right here. And then this river coming out. See if I can spot so we should be getting close to El Capitan, and doesn't look like it right there. There's a lot of water coming out of there. It might be El Capitan, but I think yeah, it's starting to turn. Let's see. I don't think so. Not yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. We're getting close. Well, I may not be as far over as I think I am. not as far over. Flying right along. Yeah, we'll just hold our breath here. Look back down to the left. Let's see what's down there. Another nice little lake. All man-made lakes along here. If I knew where Mariposa was, that's where I'd take off from when I want to go over to Yosemite. Yeah, it could be right along in here. And again, the original layout, it's Yosemite has been handcrafted going up that valley, and that appeared to be what we're approaching. The course line went right over it. And of course, this map chart doesn't have any of the areas that. And again, I believe this is Mono Lake, and when you fly up to Mono Lake, going right across in here. So I think we still have Yosemite ahead of us. And the 12,000 feet, that's held. Yeah, the highest 14,000 is back over in there. Beautiful, beautiful mountains. Okay, now we gotta pay a little attention here. See if we spot something that looks like Yosemite. There's a little telltale. Some of these faces up in here, depressions. And then when something ahead has been handcrafted, you'll see it show up a little better. So this could be it. This looks pretty sharp. When you look off in the distance, things tend to look a little fuzzier. But if they've been handcrafted, they start looking. So this is starting to look like it's been handcrafted right in there. And that means that's Yosemite. And again, see, look at that pop up. Yeah. So that could be Half Dome right there. How that popped up. and I've never approached it from this angle. So, Half Dome usually looks like it's further north than the entrance here, which is El Capitan. Yeah, this. I'm pretty sure this is Yosemite, and this is the half. This part of the half of the rock is the whole rock. The other side got sheared off with the glacier. This is looking like we're there. Yeah, a little different angle. I've never come in at this angle. So we'll see the other half, which isn't there on Half Dome. And we're going to fly right over. There's Yosemite Falls right there. Right there. And this part along in here is El Capitan. This has another little name. There's kind of like the gate right here. So this has a name too. And then looking down into the valley, and now you're starting to see the other half of the rock that's disappeared and how it gets its name, Half Dome. And looking down at the Ahwahnee is down in here somewhere, down in the little valley right there. And then this valley goes on up and out over to Mono Lake. So there you see Half Dome. And to go to Mammoth is almost straight across right there over in the Owens Valley. And so we'll look back down here. Back down at Half Dome and down into the valley. There's the Yosemite Falls. A little valley right there. There we go. Mariposa, that's the little airport right over in here, just south of Modesto. Close to Merced. Then we should be able to look over here to the left and see the other lake, the other valley. They say is just as pretty as Yosemite Valley, but they put Hetch Hetchy Reservoir in there, and that's the water supply for San Francisco. Yeah, okay. So next thing we might see is Kirkwood. That's where my son loves to ski. So that's probably, this is the height here, and then Tahoe would be just past there. But we're going to kind of jog right here and go into the Carson Valley. So this looks like the depression and feeds the water into Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. So Hetch Hetchy is going to be right down in here. You may not see it, but you can kind of see the watershed that feeds the lake. And I mean, San Francisco doesn't, you don't have to drink bottled water there because I'm seeing the reservoir, because the water is just absolutely, it's as good as or better than bottled water in San Francisco. Yeah, try drinking the water right out of the tap. There's Hetch Hetchy. Doesn't look as pretty as Yosemite, but you get back up in here and it's pretty nice. This doesn't have a large valley like Yosemite has. Okay, and now we look back on the chart. Look back on the chart here. So where's our, see, so we're right here by Hetch Hetchy Reservoir. We just flew over that, and it's getting more mountainous, and we're clicking right along. And we'll pull up the chart here, just see what it looks like. Yeah, it'll just take us right into to the Carson Valley, and that is I can't think of the name of the little town. Minden Airport, just above Gardnerville. Yeah, a lot of we should be able to see Lake Tahoe pretty quick here. So we'll also see 88 coming up. Possibly we'll see 88, and we'll see the along in here we'll see it's probably the highest mountain, ski mountain in the Tahoe region, and I could have that wrong, but I think it's pretty high. And it was like less than an hour to drive out of Carson Valley. My son and his buddies. General Electric has a campus in there for their engineers, so they have quite a facility there. Get it out of the city and out into where you can hike and bike and ski and have all these beautiful mountains to play in. And whether this is I'm having trouble calling Kirkwood. Kirkwood. Bringing up the names. And it could be Kirkwood, could be right in here. And then at some point we'll be able to see Tahoe. I think on a real instrument flight plan they would have us up higher. I picked the low just so you stay down and you can see what we're looking at. But I haven't touched the controls since we got up to altitude. Actually, it's before that, so we weren't even up to Fresno, and I stopped having to hold the airplane on course. And we're probably going to look. Well, let's look for Highway 88. This could be Kirkwood right in here, and then there's Highway 88. Beautiful highway comes up out of Lodi. Hey, I called up Lodi, just like that, and I see a road going through here, and that may be 88 right there. And whether we're over the ski resort, can't tell you. Pretty close. Pretty close. Yeah, might be right adjacent. This may be the high point right in there. But 88 takes you to it, and this looks like it's probably 88, and we aren't quite ready to see Tahoe, but we'll see Tahoe. We'll be able to look over the hill, and the hill goes up to probably 8,000 or 9,000 feet between the Carson Valley and Tahoe Basin. Yep, I bet that's 88. And Markleyville is up here. That's an old silver town. Comstock Lode. And Highway 50 comes out of Sacramento and comes into the south end of Lake Tahoe. Yeah, back when I was flying, we didn't have anything like this. We had what they call the old steam gauges. Oh, the instruments were like World War II. Altimeter and airspeed, all of them were round gauges, like a steam gauge is round. I love that term, but we didn't hear that term when we were. And now we got to look at what our altitude should be. So I should start dropping down here. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, see, here's the Carson Valley coming in right over here. So we can drop down 1,000 feet. Not much more than that right now. Yeah, we'll drop down to 10,000, and altitude, vertical speed will go down at 1,000 feet a minute. Start letting down a little. And so right over in here, you're going to see Carson City, and you know that Kirkwood is so close to that you don't see the lakes. So this could be the mountain Kirkwood's on, right there. I may have called 88 out too soon. Could have been Highway 4 or something like that we went by back there. I should have had my little laptop out. But that, you know, Kirkwood is up here, Mariposa. Not Mariposa, Markleyville. It's all pretty. I shouldn't have gone down quite so soon, but this side I can tell is the Carson Valley. And so you come out of the Carson Valley, so probably right along in here is Kirkwood. I called Kirkwood too soon. And it's still running on the autopilot. So we can drop down now, we can drop down another 1,000 feet or two. Down to, how about going down to 8,000, and that's still on, and we'll just increase that slightly. So let's see what it wants to do here. Yeah, looks like it wants to fly. So let's get it down to 5,000, and we'll start coming back on the power. Slow it down a little bit, and we'll drop down to 5,000. We'll go 5,500. 5,500, and it's still going down 1,100 feet a minute. Slowing it down a little bit. We'll turn on the approach, see if it likes the approach. The approach turned on. So possibly it'll hook up on the glide slope. We'll look over here, see if we see the glide slope coming on. And we're right in there. And if it does, it does, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. We just won't worry about it. Oh, here's a little airport. I was watching a guy fly in and out of this one with an air coupe, and Markleyville is right over in here. So this is 88. 88 goes right in there and goes to Kirkwood, right in there. So I called out Kirkwood too soon. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, that was a new run for me. We're going to slow down now, get it down to approach speed. and see if we're coming in on the glide slope is coming down. Not yet. So Gardnerville is at the south end here, and then Minden is just above it, just a little bit. So we'll see if it pulls it in. And probably we should keep it at 6,000. Let's move this back up to 6 to pick up the glide slope. See if the glide slope starts down. I don't see the glide slope coming down yet. And we'll slow on down. We're going downhill. Not seeing the glide slope. I just like to see the instruments work, to know that if I was out flying instruments that I could actually do that. Let's put this at 6,500. There we go. Here's 6,000 feet. It's pulling up. Let's see. $6,000 is okay. 6,000 is okay. I don't see the glide slope yet, and we might have to be a little higher. You'll know it engages to a couple of things. You'll see this GP. This will turn green when it couples to the glide slope. And let's see how our speed is. Yeah, we're doing good. So we'll get the flaps down a notch, put the gear down, and we'll carry it at about 100. And it's holding on pretty good. And it does have the approach on. It just calling here and see that it hasn't turned green yet when it locks onto the glide slope. And we got just a little down. They're going a little fast, but that's all right. This is Gardnerville. We're over right here. And my son's house is right down in here. Right down in there. Gardnerville. Yeah, I see the airport now. It should take us right to the airport. See if we see the got the approach mode on. Everything looking good. Yeah, so we're probably the outer marker. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, we won't worry about it. Is about 5 miles out. We're just about 5 miles out where it should intercept the glide slope. But it's heading right for the airport, so that part's locked on. It just hasn't found the. Oh, here comes the glide slope. See this little magenta coming down here? When that hits, it'll start going down. The altitude will lock on. There, it just locked on. See the GP blinking? There it goes. It's starting down the glide slope. So it's going down. Now we want to get it down to about 110. Coming back on the power a little bit. And we can go ahead and put in full flap. And we'll keep it at maybe about 100. And we'll get right on the tail. And just take one more look at the panel. The panel shows everything green. And it's here's the glide slope. The little triangle there is right on. And we're coming down slowly. And our airspeed is 90 to 92 is just about right. Gives us a little speed for a missed approach. And then straight ahead up the valley there is Carson City. So this is the Carson Valley, and I don't know how many, maybe 1,000 years ago, this was all water like Lake Tahoe. 500. Now you have the Carson River comes down through here. It's very fertile, very fertile. 88 is real fine, just fine. We don't have to look out. We just sit here and let it fly right down to the ground. And we'll call my son. Oh, he's down here in Monterey. So he's got the house rented. Minden Airport. And we come back a little more on the power. Then I'll hit the button here. Take it off the autopilot. Power off. There we go. Flaps up. And we'll go in and have a sandwich. The bus is waiting for us. Beautiful area. So we'll just go over and see if the restaurant is right over here. Oh, there's another TBM parked right here, so we'll park next to that. Take the bus to town. And we'll just get in here at Cattywampus. There's the fuel. There we go. Minden, Nevada. And the bus is going to be leaving. Ooh, he's just spun it around. And I remember having a sandwich at the airport, and I don't know where the main terminal is. Look at these little buildings right here. They probably aren't real. There's a rotating beacon. Okay, thanks for riding along. That's your Sierra tour, Yosemite. You got to see 2 Kirkwoods. The first one didn't count, and we never did see Tahoe, but it's right over this hill right here. You'd be there in about 40 minutes. Close to South Shore. South Shore is right down on the south end there. North Shore is up near, it's not quite, but it's north of Carson City. The North Shore would be up over there. Highway 50 goes right up over here, up to the lake. 50 goes over past the South Shore and then on down to Sacramento. Enough. Let everybody go do what they were doing. And the bus is waiting for us. So that's enough. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.